Today is Wednesday, May 28th, 2025. We are at the North Twin Trailhead. Haystack Road opened yesterday for the season, and it's a little after 9 o'clock right now. About half of the camp spots are already taken. So we're gonna go up and do the Twins. We're both carrying water shoes today because the crossing is probably going to be too high to get across. I think the trail maintainer posted like last week that the rocks that are typically used to rock hop are shifted since the winter, so they're not really there anymore. And I'm just walking in circles right now because the black flies are crazy right here. All right, we're gonna head on that way, North Twin. First thing will be the water crossing, I think, unless there's something of interest before then. This is the water crossing. We came from over there. Definitely had to wait it, and we put on our shoes and took our time. It was okay. And then a trail runner just like hooked right through. I don't know how he did it. I think people have been bushwhacking up and coming across someplace up there, but I don't know. It's flowing really well. You probably are going to get wet feet however you go. But that's the one water crossing now that they've rerouted the old trail. So there you have it. At least it's warm enough out that you can go through there, not worry about hypothermia or anything. Black flies are definitely out. I didn't see any mosquitoes though. We're up on the first outlook on North Twin, which the proprietor of the Seven Dwarfs says is called the Bluff. It's a pretty good size rock here. And the summit will be over there. This is South Twin. And then Kerrigan and the Nancy Range over here. This is Zealand. Look at that cool talus slope right there. Neat. And then coming around, there's so much stuff you can see. Kearsarge North is that bump right there. The Willie Range. The Southern Presidential is going up to Mount Washington and across. Jefferson is in the sun. Adams is in a cloud, and you can't see Madison. And then this is peak above the Nubble over here. That's the Nubble, I guess. Maybe that's Haystack Mountain. I have to look. And Middle Sugarloaf and North Sugarloaf right there. Mount Martha. And then the Kilkenny Range, Wambeck and Cabot and all that. Cool. Okay, we're gonna keep moving to get to North. This is the outlook for North Twin. So the summit is right behind. In the trees, there's a cairn like halfway down the little spur trail. And then that's South Twin right there. Coming around, got Scar Ridge, kind of in the center. And then Owl's Head in the mid-ground. Gale Head in the foreground with the hut, that white spot. And then behind that is Flume and Liberty. And behind that, I think, is Moose Lock. And then, of course, Franconia Ridge. You might be able to see the Lincoln Slide. That's as far in as I can go, I think. Oh, I can go more. There's the Lincoln Slide. And then Garfield. Nice. So far, the only people we've seen and person we've seen has been the trail runner who crossed the water right behind us. And that's it. Wow, what a beautiful day. Okay, we're gonna head over to South Twin and then have lunch. And then we've got a plan for coming down that's different than what we started with. This is the summit of South Twin. So this is looking at North Twin, Mount Martha, Cherry Mountain. The presidentials looking good. Tom Field and Willie. This with the talus is Zealand. And then got my order wrong. Bemis, Anderson. What am I missing? Nancy, something else. The Nancy range. Can't remember. Vosper, Kerrigan, Gio with all the kind of slidey stuff in the foreground. And then Bond, West Bond. This is Southwest Twin in the foreground. Osceola's in the background. Scar Ridge. And then coming around, Owl's Head in the midground, and then Flume, Liberty and Flume and Liberty. Moose Lock. And then the true summit of South Twin over there, and Franconia Ridge. Garfield. Black flies are out and buzzing. That's the Kilkenny range back here. And I'm not sure. I think that might be Old Speck right there, but I'm not positive. And of course, there's all these other things like that's Kearsarge North in the center. I think the moats are visible, maybe. Oh yeah, Passaconaway, right. This is Passaconaway right there, and then the Tri-Pyramids right there, and the North Slide is visible. Let me zoom in. See it? North Slide. All right. Nice day. This is the side of South Twin. It's that whole ridge of South Twin. And then behind it, there's a slidey area. We climbed that once. That is going up to West Bond from Red Rock. What do they call it? It's not. Red Rock Brook is down there. And Bear Pond is down there. So that was a cool overnight. All right, we're going to head back to South Twin. And then we're going to attempt to take a trail down that is on the 1980 White Mountain map that I have. But it's not on the 1930, and I can't find anything about what it is. So we're going to go give that a try. We've been coming down North Twin Trail. There's this area right here that I think is the old path. Let's see if it shows. Not too much glare. Hold up. That dotted line is what we're going to try to follow. And it will come out about halfway between the river crossing we did this morning and the Fire Warden's Trail. But it's on this side of the river, so I think we'll just take the decommissioned North Twin Trail segment that just got decommissioned like 2 summers ago. Take that back out and do the first crossing that is no longer done. That's our plan. This might actually be a little lower than we should be. There's another herd path a little further up. But this one seems more, I don't know. They brushed it in way more, so we'll see. We're gonna give it a try. Okay, so we started on that bushwhack, and almost immediately we were like, maybe we shouldn't do this. And then we were like, well, let's give it a try. Holy crap. Bad idea. Should have turned around. We cut off, we basically like did a little tiny loop. You'll see it on my on my map at the end. I got some.
Oh boy.
Yeah, a good one right there too. Fell into a whole bunch of voids. Oh, there's one on the back of my leg too. My left leg fared better. Jeez, that was terrible going. Yeah, so we're just going to take the trail back out the way we came in. I think I might walk across the water just to wash off my shoes and stuff. And yeah, I mean, it was an adventure, and now we know. I've heard nothing good about any of the bushwhacks people have done on North Twin, because there's an abandoned trail that goes over from North Twin to the Gale River Trail, and I've heard that's like a nightmare. So that was terrible, but we didn't get hurt, except for I got some scrapes. I don't even think John got any scrapes. Yeah, but didn't find any Mylar balloons, so I guess it doesn't count as a bushwhack.
My pad out there?
No, you have your shoes. I think you've got everything. Your knife is away, right?
Yep.
All right, so that was a waste of time. A learning experience, right? I mean, I'm not sure that we ever found a trail. There was like nothing trail-like about the woods in there. So, anyway, at least we didn't just keep going, because, man, that would be forever. We were in there a while, and I said, what are we, like a third of the way done? And you said...
A tenth of the way done.
A tenth of the way. And I was like, no. So, all right. So that was exciting. Not really. That was tedious and ugh. It was new. All right. So now we'll just go out, have our non-tedious walkout, or our non-exciting walkout on the trail. But at least we know what we're getting into. Back at the water crossing. Here comes John. I opted to keep my shoes on and walk through. It felt amazing. I'm just soaking my feet right now, actually. Let's see how he's gonna come. I think I'm probably in his way. All right. Good job. Pretty. Very nice. This is the Little River. It's the water source for the town of Bethlehem, I think. We're in our last mile now of North Twin Trail, running right along the river. It's really pretty. I just actually got a mile. Okay. So it should be about 10.7 miles, with this having a little extra on it because of our failed bushwhack, which added like 3.5 tenths maybe. Man, it doesn't seem like much, but super slow going. And I said it would have taken us 3 hours to go a mile and that kind of thing. It was just really brutal. So, hey, sometimes you gotta try it and see how it is. It was no good, but that's that. We saw one Appalachian Trail through hiker, 2 people doing Pemi Loop overnights, and 2 trail runners. No like day hikers, which I think is really weird. It was a fantastic day. No snow up there. Conditions were great. And there's black flies, but other than that, conditions were great. So Haystack Road is open. The twins are readily available.